Hello doll fans and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. I thought it might make for a fun video if we look back at some of the times when Barbie has referenced her own iconic history by creating dolls which are meant to be reimaginings of her most classic, most successful doll lines. I made a video recently where I compared the 2022 Totally Hair Barbie to the 1992 Totally Hair Barbie, and people seem to really enjoy that video, so I thought let's look at some of the other times Barbie has done this, when Barbie has reimagined, modernized her iconic dolls. Spoiler alert, sometimes the quality drops considerably. But anyway, let's compare and contrast these dolls and let me know what you think in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you love dolls and Barbie as much as I do. Okay, so you may already know, but the very first Barbie doll, which came out in 1959, was wearing a black and white striped swimsuit. It looks so vintage and cool and classic, and I love this doll. And Barbie has obviously, in celebration of her own history, and for many, many different anniversaries, has reference to this iconic look. I have a really amazing doll which celebrates Barbie's 45th anniversary, I think it is, where she's wearing like a gown version of this swimsuit. I love that doll. But anyway, in 2009, Barbie decided to celebrate her history by re-releasing this doll, but modernized, you know, reinvented in the modern, well, modern for the late 2000s style. And some retailers were actually doing a special promotion where you could get this doll for $3.49, I think it was, which was the price of the original Barbie, which is crazy to think. To be honest, considering how long ago it was, that probably was quite a lot of money. But as a modernization, I absolutely love this doll. They've obviously referenced the original swimsuit, but there's loads of pink details, like the ribbon under the bust, and the pink earrings, and the pink bows, and stuff like that. And I love that because obviously throughout time Barbie has become a lot more synonymous with the colour pink. So I love that they've kind of added that into this doll. She has the classic side-facing eyes, which the original Barbie doll had. And here I actually have the two dolls next to each other. This one is obviously the original Barbie. This, I have to admit, is a reproduction, but a really good reproduction. I have a feeling the hair's probably slightly softer than the original doll would have been, but she's such an iconic doll. A beautiful, stunning doll. And like I said before, I think this reimagining is a really good reimagining. She's absolutely stunning. And, you know, really high quality. She's got bendable legs, which I love, and loads of little extra added pink detailing. And then in 2019, Barbie also brought out this reimagining of the classic black and white swimsuit. This was in celebration of Barbie's 60th, and as you can see, the quality has dropped slightly in the past 10 years. And I think it's a shame that they turned it into a dress this time instead of just a classic swimsuit. But you know, this doll's quite cute and I don't hate the dress. I just think this is a very successful modernization of the original doll. Unfortunately, we can't say that for every doll on this list. Moving on. So, I think this was about 2018, Barbie decided to pay tribute to the classic 80s Barbie line, Barbie and the Rockers, which, is such an 80s line, so colourful, so glam rock, we love that line. By creating this doll here, you can see it pictured here on the right, the original is on the left, and no. I mean, they've kind of taken the colourful 80s aesthetic, but on a very base level. Like, there's colour here, there's some kind of glam rock elements like the lightning bolt and stuff like that, but other than that, it's just like a hodgepodge of mismatched ideas. Whereas the original doll was a lot more cohesive. I love the silver details and the pink and the big hair and all the details and the really over-the-top 80s makeup. Unfortunately, this new doll is just not as cohesive, and for that reason I do not like it. And here we have the original Barbie and the Rockers doll and the recreation. Yeah. This, again, is actually a reproduction, but again, a really good one. Love the colours, love the flamboyancy. And then this one is just a mess. She looks like a clown. I'm not a fan, to be honest. There is not a single piece of this outfit which is cohesive. Whoever created this doll must have really hated the 80s aesthetic, because they've really done it a disservice here with this doll, but there you go. And also, no articulation. I thought I'd also really quickly bring up this image of Barbies Band from Barbie and the Rockers. They made a whole line. This line was very hard to find in the UK. I actually got my mum to bring me this doll back from the States when she went there on a trip. So it was hard to find these, but, you know, here they all are. And again, you can see they are a far cry from the original dolls, which are pictured underneath. There's just so many cool, fun elements and textiles in the original dolls, and then the new ones are just very basic and plain, and they look like they've been dressed in, you know, the H&M kids section, and it's just not cute. But I will say, Barbie's band, like the other members of her band, definitely are dressed better than she is in this line, but yeah, still not great. And you can see the original Barbie and the Rockers logo on the drum kit, which I do appreciate. Okay, in the 1970s there was a classic Barbie doll called Superstar Barbie. She was the doll which inspired Andy Warhol, I believe, and this was the doll which really solidified Barbie's image as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink sensation. It was all about glamour, it was all about opulence. To be honest, I wish today Barbie could be about glamour and opulence. We're just not getting that anymore, but it's fine. And in 2009, again in celebration of Barbie's 50th, Barbie brought out this doll which was a modern recreation of the Superstar Barbie. You can see her pictured here on the right. She's in her box here. I really love the box. That's why I included it in this image. I love the box. They've obviously used the original artwork and they've elevated it, and it's very, very 70s. I think it's a shame that the only real difference with this doll, other than, like, you know, the modern face sculpt and the modern body sculpt and stuff, is just the fact that they've shortened her dress. You know, I like it, it looks cool, but I wish they'd kind of done a couple other little things to modernize the doll. In fact, I think her being in a floor-length dress would have been quite fun. If they could find other ways to modernize it, that would have been cool. But I still love this doll, and I really want to own her. I can't find this doll anywhere online. So if anyone ever sees her and wants to send her to me, please do. Okay, a classic Barbie from my childhood is, of course, Nutcracker Barbie from 2001, the very first Barbie computer animated film. She's an iconic doll. I have her right here. She's absolutely stunning. I love this doll. She's beautiful, and she reminds me of my childhood so much, honestly. Just looking at her now is making me quite emotional. I love her. But unfortunately, in 2021, as a celebration of the film's 20th anniversary, they decided to re-release new reimagined dolls from Barbie and the Nutcracker, and this is what we got. It could be worse. It could be worse. The colours are nice. The colours are nice. The doll has articulation, which is, like, amazing for modern Barbie. They never have good articulation. The only thing I find very odd about this doll is that they've really reimagined the dress to the point where it hardly looks like the dress the original doll wore, which I think is a shame. And here she is. I have her here. Like I said, I actually don't hate this doll. It's a shame that it's such a far cry from the original doll, but she's got good articulation. I don't hate the outfit. It's quite cute. The colours are lovely. It's a shame all the details are just printed on. It'd be great if there was some glitter in there. Well, a little bit more glitter. I really like her hair, I won't lie. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I like it. This is a cool doll. Next up, we have, in celebration of the original Black Barbie, Barbie decided to recreate the classic doll, which was designed by Kitty Black Perkins, who was a famous Barbie designer. And they decided to recreate this doll as a collector line doll. They kind of elongated her dress. You know, it is a stunning doll. I really like the recreation, which, by the way, is the doll on the right. The doll on the left, the original, I definitely like more. Definitely. I actually think this dress works a little bit better as a shorter dress. It doesn't need to be floor length, and I really want the original. Like, I really want her. The recreation is stunning too, but I think the kind of 70s, early 80s like disco flair that the original had is stunning, and I think Kitty did a great job with this doll. The recreation, also stunning, but I mean these are both beautiful dolls. Okay, the original Ken doll. It was actually Ken's 60th anniversary this year, so Barbie brought out a whole line of Ken dolls which were meant to be paying tribute to some of Ken's iconic fashions. And this, obviously on the left, is the original Ken doll, and here on the right is the recreation. It is a shame the recreations were all very, very budget lines. I think they were actually part of the Fashionista line, but this is fine. There isn't really much to say about this. They've made the trunks a little bit baggier, probably to keep in line with more current fashion trends. He's got little sandals, the new one. Yeah, I think this is fun. This is cool. Here is another pairing of the original Great Shape Ken and the new reimagined Ken. I have to say, the new Ken is a lot more handsome. His face is sculpted for the gods. It's beautiful. The original Ken... What? What is going on? His face is so creepy looking. I don't like it. He looks like he should be on some kind of list. Anyway, you know, the quality has dipped quite a bit for the new Ken, but I still think this is a great reference, and I think they've done a good job here. Okay, here is the original Great Shape Barbie, I think from the 70s, and the new recreation for Great Shape Barbie. They made this doll to coincide with the release of Toy Story 3. No, Toy Story 4, which is funny because Great Shape Barbie doesn't actually appear in Toy Story 4, I don't think, but they decided to recreate her anyway, and I love this doll. I, of course, have this doll. She's actually really nicely made, one of the better reproductions. I love the fact that they used the 1980s Barbie face sculpt. I think that's a great touch. And to be honest, I think they should use this face sculpt always for Barbie. It's such a cute, iconic face sculpt, and I think it's quite timeless as well. She looks beautiful. The biggest problem I have with this doll is the flats. Why is she wearing flats? I feel like Barbie should always be in high heels, personally, just to add some glamour, some opulence, but, you know, this is still a great doll, with great articulation as well. And last but not least, even though I made a video very recently about these two dolls, I thought I would just show you once more Totally Hair Barbie, the original from 1992, and the recreation from 2022. I obviously think the original's better, like a million times better. The new doll is fine though, she's fine. I quite like the colours, I like her colourful hair. The hair quality is really nice. It's a shame her hair isn't as long. I actually have the two dolls here, and yeah, they're stunning. They're both stunning, but I prefer this one more, obviously. I mean, just the fact that it has a bend in the knees, I think, is very important. And this one's dress kind of looks like a potato sack, and yeah. Okay, there we go, doll fans. I compared lots of original Barbies to their modern recreations. Please don't forget to let me know in the comments which dolls you preferred. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and watch some more of my videos, doll fans. And I will see you real soon. Bye!